So in today's video, we are going to be taking a train trip from Catania, Italy to Rome, Italy. And during that trip, there is a boat ride that we had to take from the island of Sicily to Rome, the actual mainland area. This is the boat trip right here, and what you just saw was all the clips of the hotel that we were about to stay at prior to this boat trip. I know this video looks kind of weird, but you're just gonna have to dig it because we're about to go on a train ride. This is the train trip that we ended up taking in between Sicily and the port to get us to Italy, and the train ride from Italy to get us up to Rome. And I can tell you this was the first train ride I've ever taken in my whole life, and it was really nice. It just really took a really long time. We were actually on the train for a total of 16 hours to get all the way from Catania to Rome with the stop in the middle. And we actually got super lucky on the stop in the middle because we had like a half an hour gap in between the train and the port in order to get on the boat. And we were literally the last people let on the boat. So that was really nice. And this is a real good slow-mo shot of the mountain that we saw on the Sicilian mountain. It had actually just exploded like a month or so before we got to Sicily, which was super cool. Yeah, let's not talk about this vending machine. It ripped us off not once but twice. We thought maybe we fucked up the first time, and then after we did a second go through it, we found out it was just straight up screwing us and giving us the wrong stuff. But that's okay. You know, you live and you learn while you're traveling through Sicily. Oh no, my voice memo still worked. My screen went black, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. But this was just a cool little train ride as we were getting up to mainland Italy from Catania. This is the train. I know it's sideways. It is what it is, you know? This is the hotel we actually stayed at. San Giovanni right afterwards. And it was actually a really nice little small Italian town, you know? It was real homey. They had this amazing pizza restaurant we went to. But they probably had a population of like 1,000, so there wasn't a whole lot to do in that town overnight. So we took the train up to Italy, and this was the long trek of the train ride, where we basically had an 8-hour train ride up to Rome. And Rome was a blast. This is the Opera House right here. It was nice. This was the first night that we actually got there. We decided to go authentic Italian before we hit the town the next day. And we decided to go out and see the Vatican, we saw a bunch of stuff while we were in Rome. It was real nice. This is one of the big, I think this is where the people are touching fingers inside. This is all the cigarette butts that were inside the train station, which was real interesting. But I still think some of the highlights of it would have definitely been the Vatican, the Colosseum, and the Pantheon. The Pantheon was real cool. It was definitely smaller than I was expecting. But the Vatican, this right here, this was awesome. This was definitely bigger than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting it to be kind of small. But actually, while we were there, they were approving the LGBTQ thing that happened right there at the back end of 2023. So this was super cool being there as this was happening. And it was during Christmas, so they had a cool little Jesus set up right there in the middle of the Vatican. If you know what that's all about. It was cool to see, but I was obviously more interested inside all the buildings around the Vatican and all the architecture around Rome. This was a real interesting wall. I'm not sure exactly which language this is because I'm not a linguist, but this was super cool. I am actually going to go through one of these days and see if I can decipher this to see what it actually says. But I thought I'd just let y'all see. This was like 30 to 40 yards long too, so it was like a whole scripture of stuff that was being written on the wall. Real interesting. This was another circle we went to. This was huge. This video doesn't even do that building justice right there. It was, I think the Leonardo da something amphitheater. It was super cool. This was by far one of the best pasta spots you could find in Rome. This is the fountain that everyone goes to. We threw a coin at it, and it was real crowded. Way more crowded than I was expecting. But, hey, you know, you live and you learn. That's Rome. This is the Colosseum. This is the gateway to the Colosseum. It is definitely way bigger in person than what this video gives it justice for. But I hope you all liked this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace!